most of the folks that are afraid of a disc jockey over a band are afraid of they're going to get some top 40 characters telling crass jokes. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that.
Alrighty guys, we are just waiting for Facebook and Twitch to connect. I see you guys there on YouTube already, so hello. Twitch is now up, Facebook's now up. Hey guys, we're just about getting ready to go live. If you're watching this back on YouTube, smash the like button and hit subscribe guys. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers by the end of the year, so hopefully we get that done. We have a remix contest announcement coming up very soon. But yeah, send me your demos. Very simple. You can send them all to this link down here and I will get a review. It's all fun, it's all free, it's all positive, so let's get straight into it. Boom. Guys, it feels like forever since we have done this. Apologies for the delays, I guess you would say. Yeah, had a pretty crazy few weeks. I've started a cafe in my hometown of Cologne. So I have been flat out. But I've appreciated all your DMs asking, where am I? Am I okay? Yes, I am okay. I'm exhausted, very tired, but I'm dedicated to music, guys. So here we go. Thank you for all the love, guys, already in the chat. I hope you have all been well and keeping happy and healthy. All right. I did receive a donation from Wilson, my friend. So yes, I did get a haircut, my friend. I'm going to find you. I'm going to find your submission, Mr. Wilson, and then we will have a listen. So I guess it's for around the world, but it looks like you've deleted it, my fine fellow. Let me know which one it is, Wilson, because all these look to be dead. Wilson, and also I did just get another donation from someone, I'm not sure who. I'm just checking. Chris, my friend. Let me know who just donated, guys. I got a notification. There it is, Christopher, my friend. Let's have a listen. It's a Dropbox link. Let's have a listen. Also, for anyone tuning in new, if you want to submit your demos, you can just submit down here. The reason we're getting some donations is because if you want to skip the line of demos, so there's a big line here that I'm going to try and get through tonight. You can skip the line and get your demo heard instantly. So let's have a listen to Ultra Res version 2. But that the strings have some width. Thank you, Wilson. Chris, man, this is very good. I love the intro. When that sort of came in, I was expecting to feel a bit more low end, and I can hear that there's a bass in there. It just needs to be mixed a bit louder. I really love how you've placed the strings. You've got the busy strings happening on the left hand side, and the sort of the strings that are lower down in octave on the right hand side, and it's created like a really good stereo balance. Be awesome with a female vocal on top, man. Really cool. Really good, man. Really good intro to the show, this one. Yeah, man, as I said before, love the mixing. I feel like the low end, when it comes in, it lacks a bit of sort of punch and energy. But I guess it could be counterbalanced. Once you find the right vocal, you might want to keep the bass line a bit leaner, so you make the vocal the star. I also think that in this section near the end here, you should have a huge roll down on the toms, like a dun 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 dun, and then back into your sort of melodic section. I reckon that would be cool. Man, really cool. Try and get a female vocalist on that, and that will be awesome. I did get another donation as well. Wilson, thank you, my friend. We can now hear your donation, and the donation that I just got then was from a funny name. So if you donated, please write your PayPal name in the chat so I can have a listen. Yeah, Chris, man, nicely done. Really good. Not too much to change. All right, Wilson, around the world, radio edit.
In all of life there is a rhythm. All things living carry out this tune. Its value often goes unnoticed. They fly around the world, waiting for one final fire. One horrendous storm. One brutal earthquake. They fly around the world.
Really nice so far, Wilson. I'm going to pause it there to draw an awesome contrast between Chris's track and your track. So when your track brought in the bass line, it was deep, was full, it had a bit of growl to it, and it gave this track a bit of aggression. And so far, man, you have this gift of creating insane melodies and perfect chords and things like that. You have a very melodic brain, which is very cool. At the moment, the one thing that I'm detecting might need a bit more attention would probably be your percussion at the moment. So like I do hear when your percussion comes in and then it pulls out and it's just the kick and things like that, and then you have like a bit of a snare build up just happening there. The percussion sounds a bit plastic, a bit generic. So experiment around with that. Thank you, Jake. I got your donation, my friend. And Complaint, I got your donation as well, my friend. Thank you so much. Wilson, fire.
In all of life there is a rhythm. All things living carry out this tune. Our heartbeat starts out like a drum set to a timer that always seems to end too soon.
See, and I know this is a build up here, but because I'm a drummer, I always hear when, like, percussion for me stands out, often in a bad way if it's done, in my opinion, incorrect. I feel like when you bring in this clap with a bit of a shift behind it, it doesn't fit in this spot. This spot is perfect for just a standard clap with a shaker, because I feel like it's too aggressive for the moment. You've built this very fragile moment with just some real basic keys and the vocal happening, and then you bring in this sort of shifted clap. And I'll play it again, and you guys, I don't know if it's too much for this moment. In my opinion, it
set
is.
to a timer that always seems to end too soon.
Another Wilson Serrano classic. Man, that's so good, really. Like, melodically speaking, it's unreal how you're always producing tracks in key. Your melodies are always catchy, memorable, and so, like, warm and positive. Also have to commend you on you've got in this track. This is like a much shorter track from what we're used to from you. I remember in live stream 40 and maybe 39 and maybe 38, you sent in a lot shorter tracks. Your tracks used to be a lot longer than this. And I think in less time, you show off more skill because you have more happening, more light, more shade, and you have just the right amount of automation in parts. Like just here in the outro, for example, I can hear you automating parameters to give it an energy and then pull it back. That's really cool. And then you pull it back, make it a bit tighter. Man, but another sick track, man. As for improving this one, melodically, don't need to change anything. I think just a bit more focus on the percussion, man, and that's pretty much it. Really, really good track, my friend. All right, guys, Jake, Awakening, let's have a listen. Also, Complaint, let me know which track you want me to review of yours, because I noticed there are two here, so just let me know in the chat which one you want me to review. Jake, let's check out Awakening.
Somehow, everything was different. Like a new person had emerged from me. I could see myself in a perspective that I've never seen before. No inhibitions, no worries. For the first time, I felt like I knew where I belonged.
Okay, the kick sounds a little sharp, but I know we're only like 20 seconds in, but it sounds a little sharp for the track.
Somehow, everything was different.
I'm glad you threw in a little variation there, because it was a bit the same, and you added a little variation there at the end. Jake, man, this has potential to be awesome. I would play around with some of the note lengths, make some a little longer, a little shorter. And I mean that in respect to each loop. So you have the same loop sort of happening over. Make loop 1 unique from loop 2, loop 3, and loop 4. Just make some slight variations. It does, something sounds a little offbeat, exactly like Addy Music just brought up in the chat. Something sounds a bit offbeat, but we're about to hear the sort of build up and drop, so let's see how that all plays out.
I found peace. First time I felt like I knew where I belonged and nothing could stop me from being there. Nothing, and yet everything felt real. The world was underneath me, around me, above me. I could see everything and everything could see me. I found peace.
I agree with exactly what Christopher just said, but Jake has already done it. I was going to comment the first build up here, Jake. I feel like it goes too long without anything supporting it, and then you bring in some claps, sort of stadium claps. I feel like it could have used with the click or something a bit earlier as well to support it. But here in this second build up, you have done that. So we have the loop happening, the sort of ravey loop, and then you start introducing the stadium claps a lot earlier, which is good because it supports that melody happening. I am hearing in your drop, there's something that's hitting just out of time, like only slightly, and I don't know if it's intentional, but for my ears and for a few others that I've been reading in the chat, it's a little off-putting. So maybe try align it exactly on the beat and see how it sounds for you. It might have been a mistake, or you might have done it intentionally. I don't know, because I didn't design your track, but so far, man, this has potential. Keep working on this.
A new person had emerged from me.
Man, it has potential. There are some things to fix up. Again, there's something, I think it's the percussion hitting just off beat, and so too one of your notes in your main sort of loop is not, it's hitting just after when it should. So those two elements hitting slightly off beat makes it sound a bit wonky. But again, that could be intentional. Just checking out this sort of album art looks a bit freaky too. I will advise, so you already have the stadium claps, right, to give it that sort of stadium feel. You then also have this sort of like ambient noise in the background of like a crowd cheering and all that stuff. Let's go back. The sort of crowd cheering noise. I definitely bring that down a little bit in volume because it's a little like off-putting. Only a little. Let's say the volume's at 30% at the moment. Reduce it to maybe 20% so it's just in the background. And also, Jake, my friend, you have a good opportunity now with this track. You can either like close it off and move on and do something else, or play around with the elements you already have, align up the things I've recommended, and also play around with some panning. Pan some elements to the left, some to the right, because everything I'm hearing through my headphones is sort of equally as loud in each ear. So you could have your lead happening slightly off center and some other elements happening slightly off center, and then that gives your track a bit more width. And what you'll find is instead of if this box that I'm currently sitting in is the sort of sound spectrum and the frequency spectrum, all your noise at the moment is sort of happening in this region. By panning certain things left and right, you start to create this nice little egg shape, and you want to have a nice thick body. So you want to pan some elements to the left and to the right that are sort of in the low to mid frequency sections, and you can also play with little elements up the top, little shots of white noise, cymbals crashing, things that are little samples zipping, whopping, doing their little things. And yeah, you have so much potential from the point that it's at the moment. And yeah, but man, it's good. I hope you appreciate the feedback. And yeah, as I said, you can keep working on this one, or you can bench it and move on to something else and use all the skills you've learned in this one for your next track as well. All right, Complaint, let's have a listen, brother. I sent you a link, Complaint, for our track got reviewed by one of the record labels, and they said they'd pass it on to their bosses. So some things are happening. I'll keep you updated on Instagram, brother. All right, Bass Knocking VIP, let's have a listen.
Let's get the bass knocking.
Ooh.
Let's get the bass knocking. Let's get the bass knocking. Bass knocking. Knock, 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 knock. Let's get the bass knocking. 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 Let's get the bass knocking.
I love that. Dun, 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 dun. So good, man. I feel like your bass line needs to be pumped up a bit. Bass sounds very thin at the moment. I don't know if it's an EQ issue or a volume issue. I don't know, but
Let's get the bass knocking. Let's get the bass knocking. Bass, 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 bass knocking, knock, 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 knock. Let's get the bass knocking, 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 knock, knocking, knock, 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 knock. Let's get the bass knocking.
Okay, there's a mixing issue here. Something comes in really loud.
Bass
This
knocking,
sample,
knocking, knock.
that sample, whoa, way too loud. And I feel like this is the moment from here on where you need to hit them with the fire. This is when the dance floor is just gone, yeah, the build-up's coming. This is when you need to hit them with like the groove, the hi-hats, the clap, everything.
Knocking, knock, knocking, knock, 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 knock. Let's get the bass knocking. It
depends which direction you're trying to take it. This feels very like 3 a.m. darkroom sort of style, but that moment there is when I would hit him with everything, like here where you have the snare. It's missing an offbeat hi-hat. Boom, ats, boom, ats. Like here. You need to hit him with that sort of drive in this moment. Yeah, nice, man. Just as I said, a few little mixing issues, which takes you like 10 seconds to fix, brother. Man, I dig that because your bass knockin' track was something sort of left field from you. I didn't feel like it was your regular sort of jam. For you, that was an experiment. And this, man, this is perfectly between like your original and sort of what you're used to. It's sitting nicely in the middle there. So I don't know, like it's cool. I don't know. Really this moment, I thought you were going to bring the fire. Thought you were going to bring it, and then it held back a little, in my opinion. So I feel like that was the moment you had to sort of, wow, everyone's like, oh yeah. They get their drinks, like, yeah. Showering everyone. Yeah, anyway, all right, guys. Charlie Mansell and I, we released our track. For those of you on the Discord community already, you may have seen the announcement. I posted it just before this show started. But Charlie, if you want to let them all know.
How's it going, people? Steve and I decided to run a remix competition on our new track, Give Up Your Girl. All the details are in the Discord server. Have fun, and we can't wait to hear your remixes.
Yes, so we are going to run a remix contest for our track, Give Up Your Girl. Sick track, actually. I discovered it from Charlie on this live stream sessions. And just like Complaints last track, I heard the potential and I thought, brother, we can work on this together and I can lay down the idea I had in my head. We worked on it and man, I feel like the result is insane. So for any of you who are tuning in and aren't familiar with Discord, it is a sort of free online community where all of us hang out and we chat about music production. It's free to join. There's a link there in the chat. You can head to, I think I posted in the remix contest section, but later on tonight I will upload things like the MIDI files for you guys to play around with, and also the original vocal for you guys to play around with. And we are super excited to see what you guys come up with. what we plan to do is, Charlie, I'm not sure how we want to do this, but maybe we can listen to all the submissions offline or separate or something like that, and then you and I can host a live stream where we play the full remixes and give our feedback for each track. I don't know. We'll talk about that together and see how we go. All right. Patriot, hey mate, stream not out. Yes, it is now. Critison. That's also an oldie. Alrighty, I think we're up to Navila. Hello. Okay, let's have a listen to Navila. Hello? Question mark. Okay. So Navilla, this track is very like, it sounds very like hazy and misty, like nothing sounds very clearly defined. It could be due to like a little bit of EQing is required. Definitely there's a lot happening in the low, like the sub bass frequencies, and I feel like that's bringing some muddiness, especially into like your sub lows, into probably your mid bass, really filling up the sound. So everything's doesn't have its like its drive that it needs. It's all just sort of damp and sort of muffling down there. So you need to do some EQing there. Definitely sort of give each element its own frequency space to sort of clean it up. As for your sort of high end, I just read someone wrote something about the high end, more top end on the kick and more top end on the snare. Or go, yeah. It's kind of cool because it's the whole track sounds distorted, but that's probably the style that you tried to create it in. There doesn't sound like hi-hats, it sounds like white noise that you're using as your percussive element. So and the snare just doesn't have its impact that it needs, but that could be intentional. This is what's the cool thing about music, is I could be totally ripping on this track, but if it's intentionally created like this, then it's pretty cool, you know. I definitely stand by my comments that the low end is a bit muddy. I think you need to fix up some sort of, because you have that constant, and then you have all the all those elements, you definitely need to bring out the bass frequencies of those so that they have their own space in the sort of mid to high frequencies. Because at the moment, I feel like everything is leaking its bass frequencies in, and it's creating this sort of this mush down in the low frequencies. Sorry, that's probably a little harsh, but truth hurts sometimes. All right, Complaint. Thank you for the donation, brother. We are listening now to Back With Ya. I know you said to listen to a few others, bro, but this is the deal. If you donate, you go to the top of the lines. Let's have a listen. Back With Ya. Bro, that's insane. To be honest, man, I literally opened PayPal because I'm going to refund your money because I can't give feedback on that. It's so good. So I'm literally refunding your money because I can't give feedback on that, bro. It's too good. Insane. What do we all think? Does anyone, I mean, you can see from the comments that it was fire. And broskies, I just sent you the refund, brother. Insane track, man. Let us know in the comments, brother. What do you plan to do with that track? Are you going to release that, or are you just playing around with that? Because that is definitely worth a release. All right, Acrobats. Let's have a listen. Listen to the original first, and then enjoy the track even more. Okay, I'll listen to your track, and I'll enjoy that only. Oh, all right.
I know better than to let you back in all over again. Yeah, I know better than to change myself for somebody else. But buy me anything you like, that ain't gonna change my mind. No, you've broken me a million times. I'm so done with what you
Acrobass, bro. I'm loving this and we're only 1 minute in. I love how you've got those little electric guitar licks happening very wide and very panned. That's really cool. For any of you guys like learning music production, these are the tiny 1%, tiny little details that record labels really listen to and go, wow, that's cool. So Acrobass has built this track and then thought, okay, I've got to add something else in, and these tiny little guitar licks that are happening, man, so good. And I really love you have this really tight, really heavy sidechain happening. It's really brings the volume down and back up really fast, really sharp, really tight.
So boy, you better treat me like a queen. Cause if you don't, then I'm gon' find the king who can. Second chances just don't vibe with me. Quit trying to take my energy. Boy, please, I'm a queen. Second chances just don't vibe with me. Quit trying to take my energy. Boy, please, I'm a queen.
I don't know if you saw me just there battling through that YouTube comment, but I just wrote to the original artist and dropped a comment on her YouTube. The original. Man, this is very good. I don't want to listen to the original. I want to build my own conclusions from this, but I might as well reach out to the original artist and see what she thinks. I noticed this is a private link, so she won't be able to view it, but she will be able to watch it back on my live stream. So hope you tuned back in, Emma Holzier. Cool track, Emma. And Acrobass has built this awesome remix for you, so I hope you enjoy it, and maybe you too could do an official release. Man, unreal. Really and honestly speaking, the only thing I can say is a tiny negative, and this is only me trying to find something for you to improve on. On the outro here, I feel like the vocal, I think the vocal is at the right volume. I think everything else is a little loud, so the vocal sort of, it's clashing a bit with your production. So yeah, if you want to bring everything down or boost the vocal a bit, that's the only thing I can recommend. But if you like it how it is, brother, leave it. Especially this bit here. Tell you what though, an easier way to give a bit more definition of the vocal over the rest of the track is maybe in those elements like the outro or where you've got the vocal chops, don't give the vocal as much side chain as the rest of the track. So your side chain for your track is sort of like this all the way to the ground. Maybe give your vocal just a small dip, a small side chain. That might be enough to equalize it and give it a bit more volume in those areas. Wow, guys, we get better and better each week. This is insane. I know I've had a few weeks off. When did we last stream, actually? 24th of Feb. So it's the 17th, so I've missed a few weeks. Yeah, last week I was rewiring some PowerPoints in the cafe and I electrocuted myself twice. Got a nice little burn on my finger. I don't know, can you guys see that? No. Yeah, I've got like a tiny dot in the middle of my finger. Got a nice burn. All right, Aaron Jolly, pull me closer. Let's have a listen.
You got me breathing underwater. Baby, when you're around, oh, I can do anything. It's like you gave me superpowers. I'm on top of the world when I call you my girl, my heart's racing. I can't lie, I'm into you, I can't hide from the truth, you're bad, pull me closer. I can't lie, I'm into you, I can't hide from the truth, you're bad, pull me closer. You got me breathing underwater. Baby, when you're around, oh, I can do anything. It's like you gave me superpowers. I'm on top of the world when I call you my girl, my heart's racing.
Aryan Jolly, man, this track is good. I think that the bass line, it's like an 808 bass that's really like pushing the track, like in a bad way, like it's trying too hard. I think you should try and find a nice sort of like a more natural bass, like a funky bass, bum 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 bum, instead of like just my interpretation.
I'm into you, I can't hide from the truth, you're bad, pull me closer. I can't lie, I'm into you, I can't hide from the truth, you're bad, pull me closer. Pull me closer.
Yeah. After listening to your drop the second time, the sort of sub bass does sound okay in the drops, but I think for these sort of,
It's like you gave me underwater. Baby, when you're around, oh, I can do
I feel like it's a little too aggressive for those more sort of melodic areas, where it's stripped back, because it's very complement, very constant. You could either change the bass line out in those sections to have a more like organic or natural bass, or instead of having long bass notes butting up against each other, shorten them a bit so it's like dum 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 instead of dum You know what I mean? Hopefully you know what I mean. Chop up the bass line a bit in those moments where there's less elements, less bass line. There we go. That's easier. Where there's less elements. Ariane, Jolly, less elements, less bass line. Boom. That works well. All right, Sebi, let's have a listen, bro. Timmy Trumpet, Cold, Sebi remix. I'm pretty sure this is a Spinnin' Records contest, bro. Make sure you add your, if this is a remix contest, make sure you add the remix contest link here, my friend, so that the 2,580 people that have already listened to it can click on it and enter. I'm very sure this is a Spinnin' Records remix contest. Anyway, let's have a listen.
Yes, baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to let you down. I was just messing. We gotta turn this thing around, and you're deep in. Feels like you're swimming inside my veins, under my skin. All that is going on in my brain. Each time I try to leave this behind, your heart too.
Yeah, Aaron, Jolly, if you're still watching, this is what I mean with the bass line. Make it a bit shorter, a bit pluckier. Definitely on this big lead you've introduced, definitely give a tiny bit of reverb or delay, so when the notes stop, there's silence. It sounds a bit weird. You want that sound sort of, instead of be playing and then stop, you want it to play and sort of fade out a bit. So reverb gives it a bit of tail. I also think what's happening too, I listened to both there, where you have your main synth happening in one octave. When you shift it up to that higher octave, you lose a lot of bass power. And what's happening is your lead in this octave has a lot of bass frequencies sort of happening. You need to EQ them out, right? And you need to make your bass line do the work, because what's happening is at the moment in this section, your bass line and the lead are building the bass sound. So when your when your lead shifts up an octave, suddenly it lifts all the frequencies with it, and then your bass line sounds a bit thin without that bass line. So this is why EQing is very complicated, but also very fun, because you literally can control the frequencies that each element sort of occupies. Make sure you collate your bass line in one frequency area, give it a boost, and then everything else, like make sure your lead especially has all the frequencies EQ'd away from your bass line, so that issues like this won't happen. Because I'm just going to play this little bit from here on. Hopefully everyone hears that there's a lot of bass happening here, and then when it shifts up an octave it sounds a bit more empty in the bass area. Nice, bro. I like it. Overall, it's good. It is lacking a little, like, dynamically. To add a few elements onto your master channel, like OTT, glue compressor, saturator, and a limiter as well, or maybe a couple of limiters to get it up to commercial loudness. We want this waveform to be up here, a bit higher, especially for like spinning records contests as well, man. And I can't stress this enough, guys. Please, 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 if you're entering into remix competitions, let us enter. I just went on Spinning Records, tried to find your entry, bro, so I could give you a vote. So please, man, add those details into your, your song description here, so we can all vote for you. And if I'm very certain that you are, but if you are not, my friend, make sure you join our Discord server so that you can promote your remix in there. We can all vote for you and things like that. All right, we are pushing on to Psycho Music, Rehab, and it's Ones You Miss, Psycho remix. Let's have a listen. Just double check your bass line here, man. The bass doesn't sound like it's fitting with your chords. Wow, that intro was beautiful. Okay, it took me a while to work out why something wasn't sounding right, and I think I worked out what it is. So your bass line is going dun 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 dun. It's just doing this constant beat, right? Where it's doing da 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 da. But your lead is doing all this crazy stuff in a good way. It's going bam 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 bam. You need to match the rhythm of your bass notes to that melody as well. So not the note itself, but where the notes are landing on your piano roll. You need to match your bass line to hit similarly, instead of just constantly like with the kick dun 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 dun. Because what you have a very dynamic top half of your track. Like it's doing all this crazy stuff. You got fireworks and like balloons and like there's a party going on up there. And down below, there's just some guy in the basement just like hitting a hammer, and he's not having fun down there. So take the party from upstairs, take it downstairs, my friend, and you might find that gives a bit more excitement to your track, man. I hope that helps you, my friend. All right, S143, let's have a listen. Oh, I think it's gone. It is gone. So S143, if you are my friend, make sure you resend a track, my friend, and I'll get you back in the order. All right, Bix, my friend, I saw you there earlier. Let's listen to Bix and Play Rough Music, Dumpster Fire Demo 1. So Bix, my friend, man, that's insane. That's definitely full of action. Like the intro has like way too much action, not like in a funny way. You have so much panning going on, like with all the elements. It's really cool. It really feels like you're there. I think the vocal. I'm pretty sure that all the elements are from Counter-Strike. I'm not sure. I think it's Counter-Strike or it's one of those games. Not Halo. Yeah, but I dig that. I liked the there was good balance between aggression and you always have these really good sort of stop-start moments in tracks, like you build up really good tension is what I was gonna say. You have good build-ups, good tension, and then small elements like this coming up. Like all that stuff. So you're breaking up the sounds but filling it up with different elements. I know how long that takes, man, and it's insane. You are very dedicated to music, and I really appreciate that. Man, really good. I don't know where to take this though. I don't know what kind of track you're trying to create or something. So for me, it's a little difficult to give you advice on where to go with this. Like it's very like aggressive. It's sort of like urban sort of intro with all these like elements, these street elements, but then it turns into this deep, dark, dirty sort of track. So I'm confused because it sounds a bit confusing. So try and nail down a genre and really stick with it and see how you go. I know with you though, Bix, you always drift between genres, and it's always a pleasure to listen to. That one though was a little confusing for me. All right, Y45H. Sorry, my friend, I skipped your track not on purpose but by accident. Let's listen to your track called Maze. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, melody is good, the idea is good. It sounds like you have something is too loud. So what is happening is one element is too loud. I think it's your bass line. And what it's doing is it's creating some digital distortion. So what you need to do is bring all the elements down a bit in volume, and then everything won't be fighting for its place. Because at the moment, your snare drum, what's giving your percussion, sounds a bit hidden under everything else because everything else is so loud and up here, and it's kind of being like, I want to be heard too, you know, give me some space. So instead of boosting your snare drum up to meet all the other sounds, bring all the other sounds down. Okay, and it's cool with SoundCloud, you can see what sections of people's songs are a little too loud for the rest of the track. Sometimes it's, you know, the breakdown and the build-ups, but in this instance, it is a bit of a mixing issue, my friend. So make sure you pay attention to how loud different elements are. but I can tell you're a big fan of Alan Walker, I assume. This is definite Alan Walker vibes for sure. And I really dig this album art. It's so simple, but like, it's just eye-catching. Really, really neat and clean. Yeah, so definitely your bass line is too loud for the track. Also, some notes that your bass line is hitting on your MIDI piano roll, some of them are not in the correct key of the track. So just be mindful where you're placing each note of your bass line. Make sure that it's in key with the track. And this isn't something that like everyone has. There's people that submit to this stream all the time, like Wilson, Bix, Charlie Mansell. They always have notes on key, in key, like perfectly. It's a skill that some people have naturally, and it's a skill that other people need to learn, and like learn for hours and hours and hours. Track after track after track you'll get wrong, then eventually you'll get it right. What I can recommend for anyone starting out with music production is go and find the MIDI clips of another song. For example, David Guetta Memories with Kid Cudi. Just find those MIDI notes online. You have a bass line, you have chords, and then you can create your own song from that. Not a remix of that song, but use those same chords, reorder them, restructure them, and you know that everything's going to be in key. And then you take away all the guesswork of everything. If these notes were all landing on the correct key, it would still be a catchy track, a good melody, and a sort of positive, dreamy vibe. But keep working on finding those notes and making sure that they are sitting in key. If it's too hard to learn, copy off someone else's tracks. It happens all the time. I watched a masterclass, I think from Kashmir. It was maybe 2015 or 2016 Dance Fair. And I remember he was reviewing his track Secrets with Tiesto. And he literally said that he stole the chords from Heads Will Roll. Like, Heads Will Roll, Heads Will Roll. And he literally said, F it. Like, there's no law against it. I can steal anyone's chords and make my own song. So if any of you are struggling for ideas, pick your favorite song and use those chords. I've used it for a lot of my tracks, actually. But that's for another day. But yeah, man, just keep working on things. Keep your head up. Keep going, making music. And sorry for missing you as well in the line of tracks. I don't know how that happened, but Y45, I missed you. I did get to Bix. All right, we are up to Virtual Potions. Let's have a listen to... Oh, I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. Something? Why? I will, I'll put this into Google Translate and see what it comes up with. Anyway, let's have a listen to Virtual Potions.
걸음이 돼 찬란한 꽃을 피우리라 내려요 더 화를 내려요 잃었던 봄을 되찾게 차갑게 부는 바람이 눈이 하얗게 덮인 마음 아침이 오면 부디 모두 녹을 수 있게 불을 지펴라 타올라 타올라 꽃이 우리다
Wow, this sounds so good. Hello, Felix. Yeah, wow. This is another track where like nothing really has to change. I can see you've already put it out like 11 days ago. You've already got 100 plays and a couple of likes. So like, man, I see you've submitted it to Edwan as well. So I feel like I'm in good company. He's a sick YouTuber as well. I'm only just starting. So wow, I can't really like fault anything. I can't recommend to improve anything because it all sounds so good. 2 tracks this week that have left me sort of speechless, like I've had no feedback for. That means you've done a good job. So everything sounded in key, nothing sounded out of place. The mixing was very good. It sounded like it had a rich, full quality, especially like in terms of like the mixing, and I wouldn't say like mastering, but definitely what you've created for a pre-master would be very easy for someone else to master. Yeah, just some added loudness, some added richness in the mid to high frequencies, and this would be a releasable track, man. Really nice track. All right, We Are Mad Boys. These guys are making some good music, so I'm keen to see how we are going. So AL3 and Mad Boys, Remember Me.
There's a sweet, sweet feel to your energy. There's a calming sound in your melody. Promise me you'll always remember me. Remember me. Remember me. There's a sweet, sweet feel to your energy. There's a calming sound in your melody. Promise me you'll always remember me.
Also, I see you all there on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, guys. I see you. So thank you for your time. If you're watching on YouTube, smash the like button. Facebook, I think you can still like videos on Facebook, and Twitch. I still don't really know with Twitch, but I think you like. I don't even know if you can like on Twitch. I think you just watch. So if you're watching on Twitch, awesome.
Remember me. Remember me.
Very, very good, guys. Very good. I will say it's lacking some high frequencies, so some tissing from like your hi-hats and things like that. They are in your track, but they're very quiet. You need to mix them louder and give them a bit of a spike in the higher frequencies. But yeah, this is giving me serious like future house vibes, like your Mesto, your Brooks, and your Mike Williams sort of collab. It sounds really good, guys. Wow. Guys, really good. Really, really good. Yeah, like that's something that I would love to be working on, but I just have no time, hey. Guys, really good. Just get some high frequencies in there. Really, that's it. It's bit of mastering and it's done. Really, guys, really, really solid track. Really good. I hope you noticed the melons were dancing to your track. So very, very well done, lads. Very, very good track. High end, that's it. Melody's good, everything's in key. Bang. Keep it going. All right, Rohi Shack's Trap Thing. Let's have a listen to this one. Okay, the melody is very cool. The production is good, but something is not gelling, and I'm pretty sure it's the bass line. I have a small issue this week with bass lines and everything else. This it sounds like the bass. Maybe you've got a bass sample that's doing a thing where it's like boom, 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 something like that. But it's not in the right key to everything else, so it sounds very disjointed. Like two parties are going on. You've got your upstairs party with all the blah, and then you've got your downstairs party that's all the sub bass stuff, and they're not connected. You need to open those doors so that people can join each party, man. Yeah, I think the bass line's out of key for this, so I'm not sure if you have the ability to match it, but it sounds a little disjointed in my opinion. Yeah, short and sweet, but yeah, that was my opinion. So it sounded like the bass line was out of key. Guys, if you missed the announcement earlier or you're not a member of the Discord, feel free to join. It is free to join. There's a link in the description. Charlie Mansell and I released our sort of collab earlier this week. No, it was Friday last week. And yeah, we have a little announcement. Charlie, what do you say, bro?
How's it going, people? Steve and I decided to run a remix competition on our new track, Give Up Your Girl. All the details are in the Discord server. Have fun, and we can't wait to hear your remixes.
Yes, he's right. And off screen, I was just searching for the vocal and I found it.
You make my heart sink, boy. Already know I wanna get into your world. The way I move, I make you give up your girl. Give up your girlfriend. Give up your girl.
Yeah, so that will be the vocal grab that we will all be using. And yeah, why not? Let's be selfish. I'm going to get a small copyright thingy, but who cares? This is our track, guys. So Charlie and I released it earlier this week. Have a listen. Let us know what you think in the comments, please. I think that would be awesome to hear what you guys think.
You make my heart sink, boy. Already know I wanna get into your world. The way I move, I make you give up your girl. Give up your girlfriend. Give up your girl. You make my heart sink, boy. Already know I wanna get into your world. The way I move, I make you give up your girl. Give up your girlfriend. Give up your girl. Give up your girlfriend. You make my heart sink, boy. Already know I wanna get into your world. The way I move, I make you give up your girl. Give up your girlfriend. Give up your girl. Already know I wanna get into your world. The way I move, I make you give up your girl. Give up your girlfriend. Give up your girl. Give up your girlfriend. Give up your girlfriend.
So yeah, that was Charlie and my collab. Charlie actually submitted the original idea on one of these demo drops and I heard the potential. I thought it needs more aggression, it needs more like edge, more attitude. And yeah, we chose to work together on it. Charlie, it was a dream working with you, bro. We decided to sort of start a remix contest for that. So all the details will be in the Discord community. If you missed it, I've posted the link a few times in the chat. You can scroll up. We can hear from Charlie one more time.
How's it going, people? Steve and I decided to run a remix competition on our new track, Give Up Your Girl. All the details are in the Discord server. Have fun, and we can't wait to hear your remixes.
That's right, we cannot wait. Speaking of cannot wait, thank you Complaint for another donation, my friend. Thank you so much. I'm drinking water this week, so the beer money is greatly appreciated. Let's listen to Crowd Control from Complaint.
going.
Okay, those bell sounds definitely need to round out some of those high frequencies. There's some frequencies leaking through that are like quite like sharp on the ear. I'm concentrating very hard, so I'm hearing it, and it's very, very sharp. So definitely round them out. You can just add a huge EQ onto your master channel, just drop it in there, and just round off all the high frequencies. And then you can just cut them all out in one go.
We get the crowd going.
Very cool. I feel like there could be more happening, and I know that sounds weird because there is already a lot happening, but especially in this section here, right? Basically, in my opinion, from this section up to here, up to this mini build up, it's sort of like, yeah. Okay, it's a work in progress. Yeah, so like you can definitely add a few more elements into that section so that it's not so like it sounds at the moment like it's repeated with some tiny variations, but I know what you're capable of adding in all those tiny elements to get it up to something like this. So I guess you're still at the work in progress stage. This drop is fire. You could see my head was just like stunned. And like the melons came out and everything. It was just insane. Yeah, man. Wow. This isn't really my like style of music production. But man, I'm super excited for our track. I really feel like that's got some legs on it. This for my taste is too aggressive, but I wonder if someone like Bix or someone like that would be interested in collabing with you, because you guys Complaint, so yourself and Bix often like really push the envelope. You really like try these crazy things, and every week I hear different music from you, and like many styles of music. Like you're often in the sort of deeper, darker, more like chaotic stuff, and Bix is more into the sort of let's just mash three genres together and see what happens. I think you two, if you work together, you might be able to bring some stability to each other in terms of your music production styles, possibly your workflow. So maybe chat to each other in the Discord or something like that. Exchange some details. I think that could be a cool little project for you both, guys. Yeah, let me know what you think. Thank you for the donation, brother. Yeah, I refunded your money on the last one because I couldn't give feedback, but there you go. There's some feedback on that one, man. Really good. Reach out to him and see what he thinks. Guys, I am going to really try and push through these next submissions because we're running out of time and I'm hungry too. So let's have a listen to music by Dort. Let's have a listen. This is
I can hear your voice, all the things you love, everything is clear. Watch the mirror.
To be honest, I feel like the vocals taking away a lot from your music production skills. Music by Doubt. The transition you had, it wasn't far back here. There's a definite dynamic change. So from this, so listen to the kick, listen to the high frequencies, and just feel the energy of the build up. And then in my opinion, I feel like it sort of, it doesn't hit with as much might as it deserves. Feels a bit flatter, a bit weaker. The kick is definitely different. Everything sounds a little bit different. So let's listen after this build up, and then I sense a drop in sort of intensity. Yeah. So yeah, I stand by my comments as before. I feel like the vocal takes away a little bit from the production that you already have, and the definite sort of dynamic difference in between those two sections is notable. I'm not sure why you would change your kick halfway through the track, but that's something that you have created. So maybe there's a reasoning behind that. Not really sure. I wondered if you literally muted the vocals and tried to experiment with something else. Instead of like vocal words, you could just reverse everything and use vocal chops. Maybe that would be less sort of distracting from the music production. Because if anyone doesn't know, Music by Doubt won the Legacy Remix contest along with a few other people on the Remix EP. And if you haven't already, go onto my Instagram and watch his walkthrough tutorial. It is very, very good. Very detailed. It takes it's a long one. It's about 14 minutes, I think. But I learned so much in that 14 minutes that I have now applied some of his production skills into my productions. So I've been busy, guys. New music coming soon. Man, good. I like that track. Vocals, get rid of them. Dynamic change, work on that. Let's push on to Mr. Manifestor. So Mr. Manifesto, he's done a collab with KDJ. Let's have a listen to Going Home, #No Party. Nice. So far, so good. What I like about that is like the build up into the drop was a good sort of sustained build up, and then there was a slight pause, and then it was like, it was deep, dark, and high energy. I feel like you could take a leaf out of Complaints book and add a few more variations in there, some chop changes. You know, you pull out your leads and your percussion and just have one simple synth or something like that happening for one bar, just to give it a bit of disruption in the drop. Because you sort of had, what, 4, 6, 8 rotations of the same thing, which for a listener is good, but these days the expectation of music is so much higher. So give the listeners a bit more ear candy here and there. Very nice, man. Manifestor and KDJ. You guys, I'm pretty sure you guys collab. You've collabed a few times before. Really, really good, guys. Yeah, just a bit more variation in the drop, and I think that's it. Everything sounded like it was mixed quite well. I didn't really hear anything out of place. I just want to listen to these spikes in the waveform and see what it could be. I think it's your reverse kick. Sounds a little loud. I think that's what that is. Yeah, you've got like a... And what's happening here? I mean, everything sounds pretty good. I'm not sure why it's representing with such huge peaks. But guys, man, killer music. I am pushing on. I'm going to try and really get through all these submissions tonight because I've had a few weeks off. Basically because I got electrocuted last week, and the weeks before that I have opened a cafe in Cologne, Germany. If you want to check it out, it's called Expat Cafe on Instagram and YouTube. But anyway, Night Sky, Falling Down, VIP. Let's have a listen. gonna be honest, I was enjoying this a lot until that kick came in. But I want to see where this goes. Okay, that's okay because because I'm used to like EDM music. When I heard like a very sort of acoustic kick, I thought, oh no, but then I heard an acoustic snare, so this is okay, it's balanced out nicely. I would definitely introduce that acoustic snare a little bit earlier so the listener sort of knows what to expect before it happens, because it sounded very... Maybe that's just me being too harsh. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Very, very cool, man. I really love this track. This takes me back to like when I was a punk rock drummer and like the era where Blink-182 broke up, and then there were the little offshoot bands. There were your Angels and Airwaves, Boxcar Racer, Plus 44. Took me back to those sort of vibes. Wow. This track is really cool, my friend. Wow, I might write to you. I'll send you a DM on Instagram or something and talk to you about this one. Yeah, I feel like your drop comes in a little... I feel like the people deserve this a little sooner. Like this track is in English what we would call a slow burner. Like it's doing its thing, and you know it's coming up to something, and then it happens. I feel like the people deserved more. Like you could even have stretched out your drop a little bit longer to really achieve that sort of, you know, when Porter Robinson released Worlds, that album was insane. He had a lot of slow burner tracks that would just be a lot of ambience, slowly building up with a few, you know, rhythmic patterns. You feel the tension rising throughout the track, and then boom, you get to that moment. You got to that moment, and it's like, I feel like you could have sustained it longer, given the people more of what they wanted so badly. Wow. As I said, I'll write to you about this one. Maybe I can find time to work with you on it. Maybe not. Who knows? All right, Lauxia, I appreciate the donation, my friend. Let's have a listen to G House Shit. Yes, Millennium vibes. So true. Do you know what I like about this track, Lauxia, G House Shit, is in the sort of percussive fills, you have an acoustic drum kit. So like similarly back to the track just before, or was it Lauxia or Night Sky? I don't remember anymore. the acoustic drums. But then in your sort of rhythmic sections, like your G house sections, it's sort of back to a more like electronic drum kit. It's those little fills. They're real acoustic snares. Really, it gives this track a point of difference. Another sick track, man. Wow. I remember Lauxia, man, like a few weeks ago. I've had a few weeks off. I'm not sure if you were here before, but man, I remember your tracks a few weeks ago were insane, and this is insane as well. This is something I would love to work on as well. But I can't get too greedy. I literally don't have time to work with you guys. I have like 1 or 2 guys write to me each week asking if they want to collab, and I literally cannot say yes because I do not have the time. I don't want to commit to someone and then like let them down because I don't have enough time to properly focus. Man, insane. I love that you have all this panning going on as well. Man, so good. I love you got the white noise sort of happening in the background as well. Guys, someone just donated. I'm not sure who it was. I know who it was. Mr. Wilson, my friend. Another track. Lauxia, bro. Insane. Maybe if I get time, my friend, I will write to you. But keep that track in mind, whatever that one was called. House shit. Thank you for the submission, my friend. Thank you for the donation as well. That will give me beer for next stream. Mindsurfer, so forward to 53 seconds if needed. It's an extended version. Okay, thank you, my friend. Yeah, very crispy hi-hats here, Wilson. Very, very high-end. Very. It's cool because it's unique to the track. I don't hear many songs that have it like this. I'm not sure why. It could be because of the high frequencies. It is very, very, very high. A lot of mastering engineers would mix that out. But cool, it's making this track unique. Something sounding very generic here. And I think it's the... So you have your lead with a delay on it, doing its thing above. But you have like a note that's droning underneath. The boom. I would change that sound, man. It sounds very, very like cheesy, like very... sort of like when you drag a Sylenth One plugin onto the piano roll, it's like, it sounds like the default sound. So I'll try and avoid sounds like that. You could even EQ some of the high end out and add some reverb to it and you'll change the sound completely. Won't sound so generic. Also, this where the bass kicks in here, the octave of the bass is very low, so I can hear it battling to produce that sound. It's very low. Like, you know when you try to sing with the low voice, you go dun 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 dun. You get to a point where you can't produce something that low. It sounds like when your bass line starts from this section, it sounds like it's struggling to produce. So maybe you need to shift everything up an octave and then EQ the sound back down to make it deep again. That will get rid of that sort of option, get rid of that issue. It sounds like a bit of a gurgling sound, like... and then it sounds off. Then it sounds off key. Not off key. Yeah, it's off key because it can't produce the exact note that you are telling it to in the MIDI information. So it's just struggling and it's not really getting there. So it's slightly, I wouldn't say off key, it's deep. Yeah. Forgive me, Wilson. I know it's extended mix, so I just sort of skipped to the end. Yeah, man. I like it. I think that the cheesy sort of synth you need to get rid of there, that's underneath that. It sounds like it's sort of the 2012 version of like a Reese bass. And then definitely the bass line here, it's too low in terms of octave, that it can't produce the notes that you are telling it to produce. Man, if you fix those things, it's another, I wouldn't say it's one of your like smashing tracks. I think it's a very safe track. So it's something you could release. It would get like a couple of thousand plays, but it wouldn't blow anyone's minds. Like you've sent in probably like, maybe 100 tracks to this show, and this would probably be ranked, in my opinion, probably like, I don't know, in the top 20 or 30. So not inside the top 10, but you know, it's not terrible. It's a safe track. It's not being too crazy. It's not being too adventurous. It's just being a nice, safe, in the box sort of track. So, yeah. Hope that makes sense to you, brother. I just got another donation, guys, from Christopher Tapia. So I'm just going to quickly have a listen to this one, guys. I'm just going to refresh because I'm not sure. Okay, We Can Be Mixed Down, Chris Tapia. Let's have a listen. And also, guys, you are all my witnesses. If anyone new submits, I'm only going to be listening to these ones that you see now on the screen. So Ryan Christopher, OVR, DJ Flyman, Keturi, a new submitter. Mills, also a new submitter, and Chilean 3T, also a new submitter. So guys, we have 3 newbies waiting in line patiently. So please bear with me. Anyone else, guys, that submits, if they get angry or anything like that, you can let them know. I'm already running overtime by 10 minutes. I normally finish after 2 hours. It's been, 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I want to try and get through these few tracks, and then I'm going to say ciao, ciao. Extending it this week because I've had a few weeks off. So Christopher, let's have a listen. Sorry, I'm just going to make it a little bit louder for me and for everyone else because it's mixed a little quiet, this one. So bear with me. Yeah, that should be better for us. just in that section there that happened just before, something drifted out of key. I'm not sure if it was, this is hard when you remix a track to keep all the same notes in with the vocal.
Takes losing everything to be something.
Unless that's how the original track was. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with the original, but so far so good. You've got very good light and shade, and the vocal has so much emotion that already we've only listened to 2 minutes of it. You've really harnessed the sensitivity of the vocal in these really quiet, beautiful, stripped down moments. Like you've really maintained the emotion. You're not trying to like outproduce the vocal. Yeah, I think you've done quite well, Chris, for your first attempt at trance. This is very, very good. What I would do, my friend, I would chat to Wilson. Wilson is like a seasoned veteran in producing trance music. So you two guys should connect on the Discord and just maybe exchange details. Maybe you could have a Skype session or two and share some tips. Maybe there's some elements that he's screaming at his computer, you need to add this, you need to add this. You guys could work with each other, help each other out, come up with some great ideas. I really do love how you didn't outproduce the vocal. That's so critical with remixes, to not sort of outproduce the vocal, because so many people try to do all this loud crazy stuff and really crush the vocal, but you really maintain the sensitivity of that vocal, man. Really well done. Thank you for your donation as well, man. Did you notice how I had to turn the volume up? So what that means is that you've mixed everything quite quiet. Mixed everything a little quiet. So keep that in mind for your next tracks. I know most producers think of headroom and things like that for their mastering. You can easily negate all that by producing it loud in your mix, and then when you go to master, if you master it yourself, you can just add a small utility on the master to bring everything down and give it some headroom, and then you can master from there. I'm just turning my headphones back down a little, then I'm going to get into the next track. So Chilean 3T, I'm going to go with you, and then I'm actually going to run through these backwards. So let's have a listen. I'm also going to give you a follow, my friend. So welcome to the live stream sort of ecosystem. if you want to join our Discord, that's a free little online community that we all sort of hang out in. The link is there in the chat. Let's have a listen to Antarctica.
It shouldn't work, but here we are, and the reason is because, despite its ridiculousness, it has the one great advantage.
Also, make sure you add some details here to your description, my friend, like your Facebook, your Instagram, and any sort of musical influences that you have.
Being the single most successful social ever had.
So Chilean, so far, really cool track, but it's the vocal is a little, it's being overpowered by your production. So you can do one of two things. You can bring your production levels down to give the vocal the space it deserves, or you can boost the vocals in terms of volume. What is also happening is there's a lot of high frequencies in this mix, which is making it very, like, I don't know a good word to describe it. Very fragile, very, 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 what's the word? Like very crackly? No, I don't know. Sounds very, very high-end heavy. Yeah, I think on some elements you might need to add an EQ, especially on the high frequencies, and cut some of them off, because it is very high end, and it's sort of very harsh on the ears. Definitely in those high frequencies. So something I'm very aware of after a few of my mixing engineers were saying, oh, it's great, but you've got all these high frequencies. And because I'd listened to my tracks so many times, I couldn't hear them anymore. Welcome though, my friend. Make sure you join the Discord community, as I said, and you can meet heaps of other music producers. You can promote your own music. You can collaborate with each other. You can enter competitions. Mills, Biale, let's have a listen. Welcome, Mills, as well. I'm going to go through your profile, see if there's anything we can update for you. I see your Instagram is not there. See you from Netherlands. That's pretty cool. Make sure you add some more details here, my friend, like which kind of musicians inspire you, what got you into music production and things like that. Let's have a listen. That was insane. I mean, it was short, but it was very, very cool. Very dirty, very deep, very dark. I really dig that. Man, let us know more about you. I want to know where you're from, and I want to know not only where you're from, I want to know other things about you. Make sure you link your social medias, link things like that, because people want to learn about you, my friend. All right, Katuri, let's have a listen. Violence, terror, destruction, greed. Let's have a listen. Also, a welcome to the live stream community. Join the Discord, and we can all learn from each other. Make sure you add your socials here. Let us know where you're from. Let's have a listen. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to turn my headphones down a touch. Your volumes will stay the same. I love that gritty, deep, dark bass line. That's really, really cool. Very good aggression.
Violence, terror, destruction, greed.
Pretty cool. The melody's very sort of safe. Like, it's not doing anything crazy. It's not doing anything wrong. It's just staying inside the box. One thing I recommend, each element sounds like it's leaking some bass frequencies into where your bass line wants to be. So make sure you EQ out all the bass frequencies of things like your main synths and your chords, so that the bass line can be dominant. There's some moments where some of your elements strip away and the bass line is very dominant and predominant. And then when those elements come back on, they totally crush your bass line and you can't hear your bass line. It's fighting for space because all your other elements have a little bit of bass frequencies. And then you add up all those elements and all their little bits of bass frequencies, and that really destroys where your bass line should be. So make sure you EQ every single track, get rid of all the garbage that you don't want. So most of that garbage is your low frequencies. And then you want to remove all that with an EQ band, and then you build a bass line that sort of occupies that EQ band space. Very, very important. But hey, welcome to the live stream community. I enjoyed that track. It's kind of cool, very deep, dark, industrial, very like Berlin vibe. So really, really cool. Thank you for submitting. We hope to see you on the Discord as well. It's free to join, talk about music production, promote your own music, get some more followers. It's fun, it's free, it's easy. See you there. Thank you so much for sending in your tracks. DJ Flyman, let's have a listen. Guys, these are the last 3 tracks. I'm so tired. I need to eat, I need to shower, I need to sleep because I'm up at 6 in the morning, which is in about 8 hours. Yeah. Blyman, I love this, man. So cool. And I read the comments and I laughed. Sounds like Tetris if it was created in 2040. That's so funny because it's so true. Agree with some of the comments. The mixing needs some work. It does lack a bit of dynamic, but man, the overall feel and energy is there, and that's something that I would love to play in a nightclub, if nightclubs ever exist anymore in Germany. Man, really cool. Thanks for submitting. I love it, and good to hear from you again, brother. Alright, OVR, ML, Now I'm Just a Ghost, featuring Silent Child, OVR remix. Let's have a listen.
I need you to move on your own. Your friends will pass you by, then you'll be all alone. You're dangerous, it's killing us. Each time I cross your mind, do you still check your phone? I hope that you're alright, but I don't wanna talk. You had my heart in pieces for far too long. I needed your affection, 'cause all this emptiness got old. You wanted my attention, yeah. All you did was kill us both. Now I'm just a ghost. 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 Was I just a game to you? All these heavy thoughts you put me through. Don't even know you anymore. It's like your heart is made of thorns, but we know the truth. We know. I'm trapped inside this endless game with you. A dangerous mind you set me up to lose. Stole my heart so you could crush it. Should have been more cautious with you. I needed your affection, 'cause all this emptiness got old. You wanted my attention, yeah. All you did was kill us both. All you did was kill us both. Now I'm just a ghost.
Really good, man. This had all the elements that a lot of tracks lacked in this stream. Very strong bass line, very good mixing. Dynamics were there, but overall the track was a little quiet. So just a bit of work on your master channel. Maybe add a 2 or 3 limiters with a slight boost on each, and you'll get up to sort of commercial loudness. Man, really, really nice, man. Really nice. I enjoyed, I mean, I'm not familiar with the original, so I don't know how crazy you made it, but man, everything was in key, everything was dynamic, everything was fun, everything was fast, and everything was, yeah, high energy, and yeah, not too much to fault on that. All right, guys, we made it to the final track. Ryan Christopher, Sugar and Spice. Let's have a listen, original mix. And then I'm going to draw the winner of the free mastering, and then I'm going to eat, shower, and sleep. So there's something happening in the low end. I just heard like a cymbal crash or something that was meant to go like ksh, but when it hit, it really crushed the dynamic. So something's going on. I think what's happening is this bass line is a little too loud for the overall track. So it's sort of overpowering everything else in terms of the frequency space it's occupying and in volume. So what I'm hearing you trying to do is you are then giving everything else a little more volume to try and mix it properly, and everything's trying to sort of climb over the top of each other in terms of volume and frequency. Really make sure each element has an EQ band that's not really clashing or interrupting any other frequencies that are in there. Really good, brother. I really admire the attention on your percussion. You had a lot going on there in the percussion, which was very, very cool because it keeps the track interesting. Very, very interesting. Guys, I reviewed, what did I review? 27 tracks today. So here's the list, 27 tracks. I'm going to utilize the power of my smartphone. Hey Siri, can you pick a random number between 1 and 27, please?
A random number between 1 and 27 is 27.
Hey, 27. So, no guessing who that is. Ryan Christopher, well done, my friend. You've won a free mastering by me, so feel free to, I can sort of cancel this animation because we know who won. So, well done, Ryan. You won the free mastering by me. Sorry, Mr. OVR, my friend, I need to sleep. I need to go to bed. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Hopefully see you guys next week. I try my best to get these done more often. As you may or may not be aware, I opened a new business in Germany. It's been hell on earth getting it up and running. And now that it's running, it's exhausting and many things to do 7 days a week. So yeah, that currently takes my full attention. But thanks for tuning in, and hopefully see you guys next week. Okay, ciao ciao.